What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 59 of my Total Warhammer 3 Zhatan the Black Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, Overseer True-Eye did the Overseer's duty, attacking a full stack belonging to the last defenders and managing to destroy it despite the relative garbage nature of his little follower army. That said, at 1359 upkeep, that is very, very cheap for having an army like this that is actually capable of destroying full stacks. And if we wanted to, considering the amount of money we make, we could make a bunch more of these armies. Honestly, the only reason I haven't is that the admin is already so heavy, as in there's already so much of it, that it's kind of a hassle to do so. Though before the endgame scenario, I may build a few more of these just because it's useful. We may also want to get one or two just up here so that if Kislev decides to not really want to face off against Astrogoth anymore, and they decide to start pushing towards Karakungor and Karagrasiak, that somebody can defend it. I think that's a reasonable idea, though where could we actually recruit them? I guess here, though, I mean, these guys are so cheap, it doesn't necessarily need to be internal recruiter Zork that does it for us, and just build a random overseer here. Alright, let's do that. Let's do one for now. What do we have here? Phlegmatic and Bilious. We're gonna have to go with Bilious, although I prefer to mill through these guys until I get a better one, but oh well. Let's do that to you. Lamasu, Great Taurus, whatever. You can switch back to... No, you know what? Stay on the Lamasu for now. I'll think about it. You are obviously going to go for Brutal Disciplinarian and Harsh Master. Lucky Lackeys and Verdant Fodder, Firing Drills. Rally, Lucky Lackeys, and Stand or Die. That is reasonable. You know... You are also a good candidate for getting Unbridled Cruelty, but more importantly, Lightning Strike, because obviously these Overseer armies aren't going to be strong enough to fight proper stacks when there's more than one, that's for sure. So let's go Lightning Strike, then let's go Ambush Defense Chance, Server Die. Let's just go to Spoilers, I guess. Unlikely that you're going to get ambushed by the dwarf armies when they arrive on the field. Let's get you a point in Mentor. I'm wondering whether we want to get Bloodied Bombardment just in case. I mean, you could be an Overseer, but we could also make you a Raider. The difference being we give Raiders some artillery pieces, whereas we give Overseers none. You know, let's just keep you as you are for now, and I'll think about it. Let's go Survivalist for now, hard to hit, and we'll maintain 4 points so that if we want to, we can give you artillery. Hard to hit, and then let's say 1 point in Blade Master. You know what, 2 points in Blade Master, there you go. And you know what, do you want Foe Seeker? Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. You can maintain those 2 points. Now start building Hobgobs. We'll start with the sneaky Hobgoblin, Hobgobbo Sneaky Gits, and I guess we could make another one of these up here if we really wanted to, while we still have the Hobgoblin Bivouacs here, which we won't forever. Oh, right, oh, right, I forgot about this. Recruited the Breaker was supposed to be a recruiter and to be transferring to another Overseer. So let's get you, Phlegmatic. And you're actually going to be a straight-up Overseer, because we're going to have you be a follower army rather than one that is acting on its own a decent amount of the time, which means much easier picks for you. Ah, right here, yeah. Brutal Disciplinarian, I almost picked the wrong thing. Got confused there for a second. Mentor, Survivalist, Blade Master, Hard to Hit, Foe Seeker, and Fervent Fodder, Firing Drills, Tyrant Cunning, Iron-Willed, a Lightning Strike, the Spoilers, Unbridled Cruelty, finish up Firing Drills, Rally, Lucky Lackeys, Stand or Die, and 2 points remaining to spend on whatever we please, which is going to be... I don't really care. Let's get Scarred Veteran, I guess. Wait, Violent Delights is 10 for 1 point, maybe we'll go 1 point in Violent Delights, 1 point in Scarred Veteran, like that. There you go, buddy. And then we're gonna have you transfer these. Well, I guess we can transfer them next turn so that you heal up a little bit more. Recruit to the Breaker. Actually, Recruit to the Breaker, do you have maxed out recruitment stuff? Nearly so. You do have a lot of points. We were using you as a recruiter because, oh, you're exiled, so we have to keep you on the field. Yeah, fair enough. Let's get you Unbridled Cruelty then, like so. Yeah, alright. While you recruit. And the rest of this is not, we're not going to bother with because you're not going to be heading the army. You're going to go back to Hellpit and recruit more hobgobs. We'll send you up north after Castalton is dead. Alrighty, makes sense to me. Now, let's see who we still have to move this turn. Obviously, once again, between the episodes, I went ahead and did all the tech thievery and all that annoying stuff. So it's only armies and buildings that we have, or at least the armies that we haven't moved completely last episode. This is all looking fine. We're still waiting to see what Queek will do this next turn, as soon as we end this one, and I believe... Who's Scaff Ironforge? Oh, right, these are the new convoy guys. You guys are all fine, and Herrick Azagor... Where are you again? Oh, they're just these guys. Alright, it looks like we're good. Let's build the buildings and then let's proceed. And while I did say that money isn't super useful to us anymore, at the very least it's not useful enough for us to be selling off labor anymore. We still do want the money in order to build up a bunch of stuff. So I think what we're going to do now is save up a bunch of labor, try not to use a lot of it, and before Materials at Sea ends, rush a bunch of constructions, because they'll be cheaper to build while we do that, so it'll still have a lot of use for all the money. Anyway, let's start from the bottom again. Ostland, we're trading you off, so we don't care about you. Troll Country, we're trading you off, so we don't care about you. Alright, Crooked Fang Fort, not the same situation. Do we want to build any of this? Well, let's go with the Demon Smithy first, and then we'll go for Ziggurat Tenements, Donation Barrel, and patrol routes. And while we could build a incinerator for the weapons workshops. I don't think it's super necessary. Although, wait, Dringo Crest has wood, which, let's see, armaments, when you have raw materials are 4, yeah, it does cost raw materials. I mean, this place would make a decent use for incinerator, so let's go incinerator with you. Alrighty, and back up. What do we have here? Oh, damn, not again. Kingdom of the Beasts. Rail network, we're still holding off on these as they are not critical right now, but we will spend all the armaments we can. Tower Roads, yes, definitely Overseer's Quarters. Everything else here is fine. 8 Peaks, yes, to you. Overseer's Quarters. Valea's Sorrow, upgrade you and get those walls up and running properly. Broken Teeth, we got Nagashazar, and Rail Network we can ignore. Actually, at 1.8k. This is cheap enough so that it's not so... not such a concern if we build it right there. Crate of the Walking Dead. Walls, Mega Mortar, money, levels, and public order, like so, in that order. Peak Pass, you are going to go for Factory Compound and Cinnabar Mine. Great Canal, how are we doing? Still looking okay. Let's go for the Tower of Hashut. Let's go for the Sorcerer Prophet's Estate for more levels, and looks like that's it for the Bamboo Crossing. More Modney Mountains, we are okay here. Armament Assembly Line and Factory Compound, looking okay as well. Serpent Estuary, yes for more levels, lovely. Got to get those lords up and running at level 50 at the endgame scenario. That would be ideal. If every single lord recruited at that time would be maxed out. This is another rail network. You can skip it for now. And this is another rail network. Oh, is the only thing left the rail networks? Nope, it is not, because there's a treasure hall here and a gold refinery there. Alright, what else do we have then? Rather, what else do we have that isn't rail network? Aha. Tithe Chamber and more levels for our lords. Nobler Country, that's a rail network. Warpstone Desert, rail network. Rail network. Aha, there we go, not rail network here. Like so, for the armaments assembly line. Ever more armaments, please. And we're good now. Another rail network. Yeah, so just like seeing constantly the upgrades that require armaments, it's going to get annoying seeing the rail networks constantly. And there we go. Alright, we're going to still hold on to the armaments we have. Yeah, we can increase capacities, but we do have a new army that's being built right now by Recruiter Hammerfist, or at least the necessary units for the Mad Hatter's army. So that's just fine. And everybody else is fine. I think we'll hold on to the armaments because we're going to rush stuff again while we have materials at sea. Not a big deal. One last thing to check. What heroes do we have available right now? None. None available, which means skill points, unassigned skill points ignored, damage building ignored, outpost upgrade available. We will upgrade you, however. And... Is there another upgrade available? Yes, at Magritta. Ah, yes, with the Skaven. Lovely. Garrison Lord not moved. We moved everybody who needs to be moved. Building upgrades commandments. Oh, here? Okay, fine. Just go for Masterful Architects, but we'll still trade you, so it hardly matters. Oh, in fact, wait. Is there something that buffs... No. I was hoping that there would be something that, for example, reduces the movement range of Castalton, and which would have been useful here, but alas, not the case. One less double check in diplomacy. Wow, Cult of Sigmar nearly ready for non-aggression pact. That's a little bit surprising. Everything else is looking okay, yes? Yeah, the military access to the oracles. We do want this, just not right now. Or military alliance, rather. Not right now. I still want to see how the... how Clan Pestilence and Rakarth shakes out. If Rakarth declares war on these guys, I'd rather wait until Rakarth actually does start fighting them. Because he's not fighting them right now. Or rather, if these guys declare war on Rakarth, I don't care which way it goes. I just don't want the military alliance to kind of screw us over in that regard. Anyway, let's end the turn. I don't think we were sieging anywhere, right? At least I hope we weren't. You are... Oh, actually moving away from the lair of the Troll King, which is great, because we want to occupy it and then swap it to Wintertooth so that we can start swapping Wintertooth other territories. How have you guys not taken this yet? There we go, finally. What is this? Taneska. Oh, right. Emmerich is dead, so his last little force is going to sacrifice themselves. Nice. Ah, underway into... This is what we wanted. This is exactly what we wanted and why we got rid of that army last episode by forcing them to attack Queek and destroy themselves. So that the underway interception would go to Yobaz and Gordas's Gabos, rather than to that other army. Lovely. Finally, we get a chance to fight Queek, so we're definitely going to take it and cinematically. Exactly what this guy said. Man, every time I wait for a speech from this army, I always think that it's a Gordas that's going to be given the speech, rather than Yobaz, because this is, after all, Gordas's army in reality. Yobaz is just here as a supervisor, middle manager, etc., etc. Anyway, we've deployed as far away from the enemy as possible. Queek's army is damaged, and we could have Vanguard deployed all the way forward, because Gordas's army has the Vanguard deploy everybody trait. However, we also have all of our bound abilities and spells, so we can annoy the enemy quite a long time while they travel all the way to us here, and then they'd have to fight us in the water and get slowed down as well, all the while the magma cannons bombard them. I also like this dirty, oily water that we've got going on here, as it does feel quite appropriate for the, well, for the Skaven, but also for the Chaos Dwarfs as well. Anyway, we're going to start the battle off as we usually do by summoning the Kadai Fireborn on top of the enemy, specifically, and as always, to get rid of the enemy artillery before it can, well, do really anything. The enemy single entities, which this army is primarily comprised of, being the Doomwheels as well as the Hellpit Abominations, are obviously not in any way threatened by all of our spell work, so the Wrath of Zharr and the spells dropping down aren't going to do any damage to them, but it's not them we care about. It's the artillery, so hopefully we can knock those things out. This one looks to be getting away, though, but hopefully the Flamestorm, which has been basically moving away from the enemy this entire time, will hit them up. Maybe hit a few of those infantry units at least. Yeah, not getting a lot of mileage out of this Flamestorm, unfortunately. On the bright side, though, the Kadai Fireborn, a few of those spells dropping. This was a summoned unit of Clan Rats. It did heavily damage the artillery, even if it didn't do much else. But that's what we wanted, and it's what we got, so I can't complain too much about it. Looks like the enemy is finally annoyed enough to start marching forward. You can get a fireball off on one of the mutant rat ogres, and at 480 HP left, this thing should be brought down fairly quick. In fact, a fair few of the enemy Doomwheels are also in pretty bad shape as well, so I do imagine we should be able to bring those guys down. Alright, let's see that next fireball. Here we go. Come on. Alright, right in the back and down goes the mutant rat ogres. Looks like sniping those guys at the very least. It does work. Now it's time for our fast movers to move up front and counteract those enemy Doom Wheels and Doom Flare, but missed shots. All of your shots, apparently. Alright, come on. Next shot, kill the Doom Flare. It's by itself. It's so weird seeing a single Doom Flare rather than them together in a group. Alright, and now it managed to catch up, and the Doom Wheel managed to catch up. Oh, this is ridiculous. Skirmish mode is so terrible. Look at this. Doom Wheels are slow, man. 72 move speed. That's like half as much, or not quite, but close to half as much as the Wolf Raiders, and the AI in skirmish mode still allowed them to charge it. You're being silly, game. Oh, and unfortunately, one of our magma cannons decided, oh, I'm going to fire at this Doom Flare while it's standing on top of the rat catches here, and the Doom Flare will take no damage, but I'll kill a few of our own units, so yeah. Well, in the meantime, I've taken manual control of all of our Wolf Raiders so that the skirmish mode doesn't screw us as it usually does, and in the meantime, we've got the other Doom Wheels tied up. Gordas may be specialized at killing heroes, but he can certainly take out a Doom Wheel or 3, and Yobaz is doing the same thing, though he's taken on 2 at the same time. And there we go, nice hit. Looks like the Wolfie took down that Doom Wheel, and wait, where did all these little rats come from? Were they inside the Doom Wheel as well? Wait, just curious. Oh, they're running alongside it on the inside as well. Okay, I never noticed that. Neat. That's quite neat. I certainly never noticed them falling out of it when the Doom Wheels get destroyed. Anyway, 1 down, and I want to say 5 to go. Unfortunately, one of the Hell Pit Abominations have a rod, and Yobaz is going to get the heck out of there rather than fight it. We will hopefully isolate another Doom Wheel afterwards instead. And we're doing so right now with Gordas, who's knocked another Doom Wheel out and will be assassinating the next one. They can't escape him because he's also quite fast. These two will work on the next one, while 2 more Doom Wheels charge our battle lines. Out of the 6, it looks like only 2 will manage to do so, though it looks like this one is in very low HP and might be dying before it gets to us, so let's find out for sure, though. Gonna get some kits back on us from those Warp Lightning shots, and down it goes. Beautiful, though this one will be able to reach us. Alrighty. At the very least, I think we're doing pretty good Doom Wheel killing-wise. There's still those Hell Pit Abominations to take care of, but I don't imagine that the enemy infantry will be of any kind of threat to us. Alrighty, there's that other Doom Wheel here, and the Hobgoblin Cutthroats are distracting the Hell Pit Abomination currently. We're also trying to knock out a few of the more threatening units, like the Poison Wind Globadiers here. Gonna pop that Darkened Mist on them, and then chase them down on our Lamasu, so that it cannot fire, or that they rather cannot fire anymore. Doom Wheel's about to go. And I believe that's the last one. A lovely job, Gordas, and now it's just the Hell Pit Abomination, but we don't have to kill it via Gordas or via Yobaz. We can just take care of it via range fire from our Skirmisher Cav. There we go. And it's looking like this thing actually is too slow to catch them, even with skirmish mode. Alrighty, and there's that regeneration popping, which means it had very low HP, and a few more shots should bring it down. And there it goes. Alrighty, spawn a bunch of Skaven slaves, but those are not of concern to us. And the enemy still has all of its infantry, such infantry that remains, but obviously they started the battle with basically all the infantry pretty much destroyed, so that doesn't really change, and they were never going to be the major threat here. A few spells will knock those out, and then we are going to focus down the enemy Storm Vermin, and then on to the second Hell Pit Abomination. In the meantime, Gordas is charged Queek, and damn, Queek just took like half HP damage to all of that. A couple of hits, and Queek will be out of here. Alrighty, exchange some blows, and just move through them, and Queek is away. I didn't expect him to rout that quickly, I should say, but he certainly did. He only dropped to about half HP, at which point he decided to go, though I think the army damage was sufficient to make him go, regardless of the fact that he still had, potentially, a little bit of fight in him. Tiny little duel between the two, but it looks like, judging by the fact that Queek went from full HP to half after a couple of hits from Gordas would have easily won the fight either way. And we're just gonna chase down whatever we can. I'm not sure Gordas can chase him down, but we'll give it a try. Still gotta get that bonus labor after all. One more hit, and there he goes. He did manage to chase him down. Honestly, for whatever reason, it seems like it's a lot more difficult to chase down a unit, and even though it's like free hits at that unit, as compared to just directly fighting the unit. Because directly fighting, we did massive amounts of damage in 2 hits, and then chasing, it took absolute ages and got like 10 or 20 hits in there. I wonder why that is. You would think that it would actually be easier to hurt a unit that is, you know, running away while you're axing it in the back, but apparently not the case. Anyway, a decisive victory for us, and I was just taking a look at the dwarfen statue out here. Decisive victory, and Queek's army is done for, which I do believe means Queek's faction is done for as well. Alrighty, ouch, felt a little bad for Queek there. Certainly the ability to knock out the Hellpit Abominations with our faster moving Goblin Wolf Raiders, and stabbing all those Doomwheels to death with Gordas and with the Yobas all worked out very nicely. And then that short but sweet duel between Queek and Gordas as well. We get 251 labor. We always get a nice amount of labor out of the Skaven, so it'll be sad to see them go, at the very least as foes for us here, but it must be done. Mountains still have to be prepped for the endgame scenario after all, and we can't have rats, you know, chewing out the foundations or whatever. Peace treaty, no. Where's oh, are you gonna declare war on us? Oh wow, okay. We were expecting this. I think you're jumping the gun a little bit. You probably should have waited until our border was closer to you. There wasn't really currently much purpose to you doing this, but well, good luck to you, sir. Alright, go on. Oh, really? Huh, well, that's disappointing. Probably shouldn't have called the allies then. Oh well. We had invested in our outpost with the Skaven as well. Man, why the Skaven really don't want us to get access to their units? Oh well. I'm gonna have to try to redo that alliance, although I'm willing to bet the relationship will have tanked quite a bit by virtue of them not willing to join, and against such a weak faction as well. Maybe in the future we probably just won't have allies join war against anybody. Looks like the... Yeah, looks like the Pirates of Sartosa still like us. Shrine of Sotek lost. Oh yeah, that's fine. Ambush foiled, Overseer Blackbeard, and Vermin Flail. Oh right, the non-SFO Vermin Flail is garbage. Why did I even want Vermin Flail? I confused it with the SFO version, which is just incredible and worth farming, whereas this, not so much. Ally mission aborted, technology research, there we go. Number of uses +1 for abilities granted by the tower. Black Gem of Nar. Oh, we don't have this yet. Melee attack -100, unit is invulnerable to damage, does not apply to summoned units. Huh. I'm just thinking... there could be some use for this. It's only 13 seconds. The melee attack reduction, something that does range damage, but it gets caught in melee, for example, or something that does damage that isn't reliant on melee attack, something like a Mortis engine, basically. Armor of the Forge, yes. Well, convoy completed, yes, we're about to send those out. +1 capacity for Infernal Guard Fireglaves, always nice to get. Great Taurus for a convoy man, that's fine. And Tower of Zharr reward, yes, alright. Let's check the Skaven. So... Yeah, our relationship is deteriorating, but you're the ones that canceled the agreement. Alright, I'll do. Here, have a few small gifts. One. It's not like we don't have the money to pay you off a little bit. There we go, now the relationship is rising. We'll wait a bit and then we'll try to redo the pact with them. Just won't draw them into any future wars. That is quite annoying, but oh well. Let's see. I mean, I kind of don't like that mechanic. Like, it's very sudden. Is it supposed to be a betrayal? It doesn't declare war or anything. Oh, Krokar. It doesn't force a war or anything. I feel like you should have a choice whether to try to draw in a faction. It should say, percentage of them not being willing to join, such and such, or something like that. I don't know. I just feel like that thing could be reworked at least a bit. Anyway, Overseer, colonize as factory, please. Serpent Coast now ours, and start building it up immediately. We'll do the other buildings as well in a second. Crocky has kind of a meh army. I don't see him standing up to Scaff, even without Scaff's army being complete and still at 18 units only. Let's move Yadri the Unbreakable closer. And let's also move Delete with the Iceforged Legion closer. Also, just out of curiosity, do we have any better... A greedy Infernal Castellan, but doesn't have to go into that army. Oh, we were getting more Infernal Castellans in here. I think we need 2 new ones, unless I'm mistaken, for Gorth's army. Let's see, he has... Yeah, one's at level 41, so this one is keepable and is fine. The other ones, however, are low level, so we get one more and then we just replace those ones. Alright, that works for me. Now let's get you, Demon Smith, no, Infernal Castellan, and you can join Internal Recruiter Zork's army. We should also send out our new convoys. Convoy A being Arangni Pasha's, because that's the best one we have. I did the level ups of the convoys between the episodes as well, so they are, they're pretty good. Yes, Admaster. And you, my friend, are going to go to the furthest place. We can go to the Wizard Caliph's Palace again if we wanted to. And take 10 turns, but there's not a lot of threat on the way there. There is some. I wanted to try to send you to Karand Kar, although... 13 turns versus 10 turns. Man, 13 turns is a long time. But I feel like it would be a waste not to actually try it at least once. Yeah, let's send you out. Karand Kar, to a faction where we're at war with. This should be interesting. We're gonna max this out as well. See if you can't bring back 2,000 labor and 13 turns. Maybe he'll get a few of those missions that reduce convoy travel time for a little bit of cargo. I wouldn't mind, just to get the convoy back. So dispatch, and we're immediately going to give you a bunch of stuff. Like so. And like so. And like so, there you go. You have one of each hero and you're now at 19 out of 20. Would be nice. Do we get the War Hydras at Karand Kar, so we'd have 2 of them if we came back, or do we get the Black Dragons there? I don't remember. I guess you'll find out. Then I guess we do want to send another convoy out, create a new convoy. Oh, this one's coming back next turn. Oh no, its journey is completed next turn, it's not coming back. Oh wow, you're also very strong. In fact, you're our strongest convoy. Amaruds, you're a little bit stronger than the other one. That's very nice. But anyway, in the meantime, we have one more to send out. We have the War Machinist here, Kazadni Grease, with 7 units, and... okay, yeah, that one definitely can't go far. What about this one? This one probably shouldn't go far either, but I'd like to send this one out just because we have to transfer the heroes to it. So let's send this one out then. And this one's going to go to... not the Wizard Caliph's Palace, we'll send somebody else there. We don't need any more money. We could use raw materials. There's labor. Oh man, there's really not a lot of good options. It's all money. It's all money that we don't need. I'd really prefer to give them money. Well, I guess Castle Drakenhof then. It's a relatively short trip. Let's do that. It's a tiny amount, but it's better than nothing. And dispatch. Alright, and let's see if you survive. We got another one coming back next turn, but I think all the convoys now have heroes, so we don't have to deal with this anymore. Alrighty. And we could just send them out without bothering with all of this. 1, and... hey. And 2... And if I can click you, there you go, 3. There we go. Alrighty. Finally, I've been waiting for all the convoys to have heroes for quite a while, it feels, but it does look like every single one of them does. Perfect. Alrighty, well, that's that. Alright, I think with that I am going to call the episode here next time. Well, I guess we look for more fights trying to move towards Krokgar down south. Zhatan may go to Indrakul and take Karagarud tier 5 before moving southward towards Thorek. Are these two allied? No, they don't like each other. Oh, Karak-Zorn has fallen to the last defenders. Well, that's kind of interesting. Huh. Maybe we should have tried allying with the lizards. It was pretty unlikely. Minus 1400? Yeah, I don't see that one happening. These guys don't hate us, but they don't like our actions against the last defenders. And we can't ally with Hexoatl because they're dead. And I believe Itza's just died a couple of episodes ago, so really the only option would have been Talaqua, and by the time we've destroyed the last defenders, they're going to be like minus 400 or something silly like that, so it's not going to be possible. Anyway, we'll try to figure more allies out as we go. A little bit of a disappointment about the Skaven and their unwillingness to join up, but we'll keep feeding them a little bit of cash, strengthening them and their position, and raising our relationship with them, and hopefully re-up that outpost before the endgame scenario arrives. Anyway, more Zhatan to come, so stay tuned. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.